And when you go out there in the field, you talked about money reasons. What are other ways to control people? Sex and romantic relationships.
Correct.
Is that big, or are there like 3 key things that you do? And is it like money? Is it power? Is it sex?
So money actually is the weakest. Okay. Because if you're trying to win someone over with money, I mean, you and I had the same conversation just earlier today. Money is not the most powerful thing, right? Money is just a tool that gets us something else. When you understand, most people understand that on a fundamental level, that money is a tool that gets them something. Some people want money because they want to look powerful to the opposite sex. Some people want money because they need to prove to their mom and dad that they weren't a failure. Some people need money because they need to pay for the cancer treatment for their child or for their mother, right? Yeah. But money is just the tool to get them something else.
I'm having a flashback because I used to work in the city of London with all the bankers, and I would take them out to dinner, and we'd go out to these fancy restaurants. And at the end of the meal, I'd always look at them and say, "Why are you doing this? Why are you in this business?" And they'd be like, "The money." And then I would dig deeper because I'd be like, "No, but why are you doing this?" And then it would always be,
yep.
I want to show those kids in high school that I mean something. I want to prove to my dad I'm this. I want to get those girls to finally notice me. It was always about something else. It's never about the money.
Exactly.
And each person was very unique to their story, and it wouldn't always be obvious unless you drill down in a little bit.
Yeah. So you've had the experience yourself, and that's exactly what it's like. Money is the easy answer. It's the easy. I don't have to think too hard to just say that person's a greedy bastard. There's actually much more to that. And if you're willing to put the work in to figure out why somebody else wants something, then you're traversing into a different life that they have. I have this model that I try to teach people called the 3 lives. And if you've heard it, or stop me anytime.
Tell me.
Every human being has 3 lives. They have a public life, a private life, and a secret life. Your public life is a life that we put 80% of our effort into. It's why we dress the way we dress. It's why we shave the way we shave. It's why we choose the jewelry we choose, right? We use certain words. We make certain friends. We watch and talk about certain TV shows. That's because we want to be observed by other people a certain way. That's our public life. But our public life isn't real. It takes a lot of effort for the public life. Then the second life is your private life. If everybody who meets you knows your public life, it's only your closest friends, your closest acquaintances that understand your private life. This is the life where you know that when you take off your shoes, your feet stink, right? Your mom knows that, your girlfriend knows that, your kids know that, whatever, your best high school buddy knows that. This is the place where people know that you don't like shellfish unless they're fried, and you secretly love romance comedies from the 1970s. Right? That's your private life. Your public life, people don't know that, and you don't want them to know that. But your private life, people do. It's the people that are in your close network. Right. That's where you bond and build long-term relationships, in your private life. But that's still not the most sensitive space. The most sensitive space is your secret life. Inside your secret life, there's usually nobody, or maybe 1 or 2 others ever in your entire lifetime that will get into here. This is where people know that you used to torment animals when you were 11 years old. This is the place where people know that you slept with some girl in high school because you were drunk and you don't even know who she was, right? This is the place where all of your shame and your guilt and your darkest questions about yourself, this is where that lives. We all live in this place at some point every day. But when we're around people, we're either in our private life or our public life. Knowing that all people have these 3 lives, the tradecraft technique to win control over somebody is to get them to let you into this. If you can sit next to somebody in their private life, their loyalty to you is beyond question. Because subconsciously they know that they've been compromised. You know their darkest secrets. So subconsciously they know that's true. But prefrontal cortex, rational thinking, what they're thinking is, it's the only person I trust. Right? I trust this person with my life. I would go to war with this person. I would trust this person, with whatever. I hope this person takes care of my kids if I ever die. That's the person who lives in your private life. So when you're trying
your secret life.
Your secret life. Yeah. When you want to win control over this person, all you have to do is get into their secret life, and then they rationalize that they trust you. Subconsciously, they know they have to.
Right. They kind of retrofit it Well, once they let you in,
you don't get out.
right? Because because once you're in, then of course the front cortex says, well, I have to trust them, and now I do trust them, and then they start making these decisions like that maybe don't seem rational at all.
Correct. Because you've seen this happen. It's common in cults. It's common in
hostage situations. That's not what that syndrome is.
That is exactly what that syndrome is.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Even though they don't necessarily know your secret life. But
in those situations specifically, what ends up happening is the hostage is under hostile control for so long, right, that their shame and their guilt is tied into the fact that they're a hostage, right? Like they've defecated in front of you. They've thrown up on you. Maybe you've raped them as the hostage taker. Maybe you've raped the hostage. Well, now all of this person's darkest, most shameful memories basically all involve you anyways. So then they get confused, and essentially they feel a sense of loyalty to you because you've seen them through this despicable series of activities, and nobody else out there will ever accept them.
Wow. Yeah, and you've seen it where they'll go and try to defend these people in trials and all, and everyone's like, what are you talking about? This is the person that did all these things to you. But
Ponzi schemes, advanced scams, con men. These are all the word con in con man. Do you know what the word con stands for?
I do, because I read your stuff. But tell people, what is it?
It stands for confidence. A con man is really just a confidence man. And that doesn't mean a con man doesn't appear to you as a confident person. A con man wins you over because they make you feel confident. And then in your confidence, you associate it with them. So now you're like, oh, it's you and me against the world. That's what a con is.
Interesting. A con makes you feel confident and to do something, and later you realize wasn't the right thing to do.
You may never realize it was the wrong thing to do.
Right.
Because you'll always defend it.
Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not gonna regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.